Supermarket haze, everything's tight. Basket cutting in, screen says wait. Machine chirping like it's trying to placate. Little kid crying with no words yet. Just throat and heat, and I'm at that. Lemon in my hand, cool and dumb. Son grew this, now it's priced like a gun. Yeah. What's the cost just to play the part? Feeling broke before I even start. Sad to sitting in the center of my chest, but my spine said nah, I stood up pressed. We live in a world ruled quiet and tight, not loud but like gravity, pulling you right through walls designed with a silent demand. You comply for free, they got the upper hand. Yeah, buttons built with your patience in mind. Choice ain't freedom when it's predefined. You get a cliff, they get a cushion. We get grind, they get discussion. Yeah, what's the cost just to play the part?
Hello guys, hope you're hearing me okay. I'm solo podding it this week. Andrew might join in though. I'm hearing in the WhatsApp just now in about 15-20 minutes for a little bit anyway. Howdy. Let me know whereabouts in the world you are tuning in from and if you can hear me okay and all of that good stuff. Let me put the light on. Should have been a bit more prepared. Usually I'd have Andrew in the green room with me. Not this week, like I said. Anybody who's a regular viewer who's sat at their computer who actually wants to join on the live stream and you have me on WhatsApp or LinkedIn, send me a DM and you can be a co-host this week if you like. Hey, Teresa, thank you so much for your message. I really appreciated the direct message and happy to see you here and tuning in from such a crazy time zone. Pretty incredible. San Francisco in the building as well. Let's go, Doug. Hola from Mert. We've got New York City. Hey, Miriam, how's it going? Thanks again for your messages this week. Really appreciate it. Great to chat with you. We have Philadelphia in the house, Massachusetts in the building. Hey, it's Eric. Oh, mate, I'm so happy to have finally met you. I was at Artlist. You can probably see it on the cap. I've got the free merch on this week and finally met up with Eric and Glenn face to face. Our longest ever viewers, and it was an absolute blast. We had a great time. Eric, let us know in the comments how you experienced it. I hear that you've had a lot more snow since I've left, so I'm kind of glad to have got out of New York when I did. But yeah, what an experience it was. Hey, Chris from Chicago, let's go. So many tuning in from the States. I love it. Sweden, second time watching. Let's go, Thomas. Hello from India. We have Pretoria, South Africa in the house. Oh my God, there's so many of you guys. I'm going to have to put you into the live stream itself. Let me put the comments on the stage. Oh my God. Great to see. Look at this. Johannesburg in the building. Toronto in the house. Scotland in the house. Let's go. Falkirk. New York. Just got back from you, Danny. Ontario. Athens, Greece, Turkey, and it was a wonderful meeting indeed. And yes, it was one of my favorite meetups of all time, and legendary stuff in the building right there. Yeah, it was great to see the photos, and thanks for sending them through as well, Eric. I really appreciated that. Hey, we've got some YouTubers tuning in. Let's go. Cheers from Madrid. We got Colchester Massive. Let's go. 404 Films. Loving it. Kurt from Germany. Brilliant. Well, guys, until Andrew joins us, I'm not that entertaining on my own. I usually have a bit of banter with Andrew, asking him about how his week's been. I've got Eric here, obviously, who I've been with last week, so me and him can have a bit of banter in the chat. But I'll get some music videos on, I reckon, and wait for Andrew to join in and see what he's up to. He's been traveling all over the UK, doing loads and loads of back-to-back training events. He told me he's seen like 7 or 8 football stadiums on his train journeys this week. But I am currently judging on the Bionic Awards, and I'm sitting on the music categories. And I've just come off of other awards as well, where I was sitting in on the music categories. So I've been submitted a lot of music videos recently, both in the awards and out the awards, and just in my direct messages and directly through to Creative Eyes. I loving it, honestly. And as someone with a music background, it's such an exciting time to be in music videos. And they're so different from one another. That's what I love about music videos. Some of them are very surreal. Some of them are very photorealistic. Some of them are animation. It's all over the shop in terms of the styles and even the music types and genres that are being used. Sometimes it's AI music. Sometimes it's a real band. It's a real mix of stuff. So I'm going to show some with no particular order as to my favorites or anything like that. Just a selection of stuff that I thought you guys should see, just because it's being made by such cool people at the moment. And yeah, let's first watch the first one, a really fun one to introduce people to, called Grat the Cat. This one is by Simon Barrett, B-A-R-E-T.
Thinks he's Tony Montana, just fluffing drama. Walks like a Don, tail curved like a comma. But he panics when he sees a banana. One tab, he got a TikTok, fame in his paws. Dancing to drill beats with manicured claws. Claiming he's hood while he sips oat milk. Slept in a stroller wrapped in organic silk. I met a Siamese cat with gold on his teeth. Fronting hard in the club, scared to walk the street. Meows in auto-tune, got no beef, but post fake battles from his catnip suite. These cats talk big, from NY to LA, acting all tough, but they dip when dogs play. Chains round their necks, think they run blocks, but deep inside just plush toys with locks. They purr like kings, yeah they front real mean, but can't handle rain or a Roomba machine. Climb up high and cry for rescue. Street credibility, bruh, that's just cute. Met a Sphinx on Melrose, no fur, just ink. Tatted with a crown, but he's scared to blink. Says he did time in the vet's back room, but the file says shampooed every afternoon. Yo, this Maine Coon flexes like he's pushing weight, but his crew just naps and licks dinner plates. Tried to sell me yarn like it's contraband, but got caught chasing a laser in his own hand. I seen calicos with attitudes wild, scratching up Teslas, spoiled since a child, but at the sight of a squirrel they freeze in fear. All bark, no bite, just overpriced gear. These cats talk big, from NY to LA, acting all tough, but they dip when dogs play. Chains round their necks, think they run blocks, but deep inside just plush toys with locks. They purr like kings, yeah they front real mean, but can't handle rain or a Roomba machine. Climb up high and cry for rescue. Street credibility, bruh, that's just cute. Yo, onto that purr, don't be deceived. These alley aristocats got tricks up their sleeves. From the litter box to the gram, they play pretend, but real cats don't tweet, they hunt to the end.
How fun was that? And great way to put your credits in the end as well. I think that's a really nice thing for people that are watching and want to submit. You know, try and do that at the end of your clips. Is special thanks to whoever you need to, who the creators were, the tools that you used, if you're willing to disclose these things. Hey, Glenn, what's going on, man? Crazy cats, exactly. That's the way to kick off the show, right? I was thinking when we were playing that, actually, I should have maybe watched that with Andrew, because just he loves hip hop and that sort of style of thing. But yeah, it just felt like the best sort of opener. And we've got a ton of music videos to watch this week. And like I say, they're all levels, really. Some are just individuals that have made it with a few tools. Others are giant K-pop bands that are incorporating AI into their music video with hundreds of millions of views. And yeah, it's everything in between, really. It's kind of insane. And I love seeing the variation. Like I said, I just love seeing everything that's going on. A few that caught my eye that really haven't really been showcased many places, I don't think. I found these kind of in Vimeo, of all places, which you don't often see a lot of the stuff in Vimeo, but this one particularly caught my eye, and I'll have to put the credits into the chat because the username is a really, really long crazy username. So for people asking about who's making this stuff, obviously we have a WhatsApp group, which when Andrew joins, he'll send in the link to the WhatsApp group for you guys to join, and we often put credits there. But I will try and endeavor this week to both host and give credits and everything in the comments. This one was just called Thailand Trip, and it was made by an Asian creator, which is really, really cool to see. And I know that the tools used in this one were Suno, Kling, Nano Banana, and a bit of After Effects. This one is just called Thailand Trip. Let's check it out. Hey, look who's in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
All right, mate. Where are you at? You at a train station?
No, I'm in Bristol. Just finished training, and I am about to. I popped in just to say hi to everyone, and then I'm off to Cardiff. I'm in a co-working space. I would give a shout out to the. It's called Clockwise. It's called Clockwise in Bristol. Really nice actually. If you're in the Bristol area.
Yeah, that really brickwork looks like a train station I've been in, so that's why I asked.
No, the reason why is because I've got the TV there, and I've got another TV that side.
Oh man,
yeah, I'm in the boardroom
working space. Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, we got Andrew dropping in, and love Andrew.
How's it going, everyone?
So many people tuning in all around the world earlier, mate. I was like, lots and lots of Americans, but also, you know, Johannesburg, everywhere in the building, Turkey, everyone, Netherlands, amazing. And we've only watched one video. We watched a hip-hop music video. I said I've been getting submitted tons of these at the moment because I'm sitting as a judge on a few different music panels. Nice. Yeah, it's awesome. Hey, good morning indeed.
I take it you're in America. Yes. Oakland, Oakland, California.
So many are tuning in from like California, mate, which is like first thing in their morning. I really appreciate it, guys.
Exactly. I know
it's end of our day, but we know it's beginning of yours. I just got back from New York actually, and I was in LA. Oh, it was amazing, mate. I got to meet Glenn and Eric in face to face.
Yeah, I saw the pictures, the legends.
We were gutted that you weren't there, honestly.
Oh, I'm gutted as well. You know, I wish I was there. You know, but
next time, though. Next time,
yeah.
Next time, I think they're going to be going big. And thanks again to Artlist for the invite. Really appreciated that. It was a hell of a trip actually, because everyone got snowed.
What was there? What's going on in the world of AI according to them?
So it was a bit of an unveiling of what's coming in the spring, and they had some stuff that was going live straight away, which was awesome. But like they've got a full studio coming in spring. So they're going for everything, you know, and what's amazing about it is they're including all the outside tools, including Kling and others, which others don't, you know, Adobe won't have Kling in, or it hasn't yet anyway. So they're going full for it. I didn't realize quite how big Artlist was previously. They've got like tens of millions of users already existing. Yeah, so it's a really big platform, and now they're going full into AI creative studio mode.
So their competitions are like Krea and Free Pick.
Exactly, Free Pick, Weavy. Although to a lesser degree, you know, it depends on what type of workspace you're looking for. But yeah, Adobe Boards. There's a few others that are trying for that workspace play. We actually guessed that last year, didn't we? We said someone's going to make the best workspace where we use all these tools and we're not going to have all these subscriptions. It's unsustainable. And yeah, so now we're at that point now, you know, where you go into one platform and you buy bulk credits, and then they pull the APIs from various tools into their workspace, etc., etc.
Makes sense.
Mate, it's been a crazy week for updates. Runway finally got 4.5 image to video. Have you seen that?
No.
So actually, when they launched 4.5, to the annoyance of a lot of people, it was just text to video. And then
I wonder why they waited on this.
I don't know exactly, but it is a pretty powerful model, actually. If you look at the image to video model, and a lot of people have been saying that they really like using it. I had a chat with Marco and Dave and Rory, and they all agree that they're starting to get back into it, which is interesting, isn't it? Because they've been a bit off for a while now. Haven't heard much from them, and then finally the image to video breakthrough, and people are starting to use it again.
Nice.
Do you want to see some examples of it?
Yeah, please.
All right. So I'll show Dave's first, because we haven't seen something from Dave Clark, the legend. If you don't know, you should know. Get to know Dave Clark. He now runs Promise Studio, and whenever these new models come out, essentially he, you know, makes a short film or a short piece with them as a teaser trailer. This one he called Alternate Mars 1984, and I just love the color palette. So let's check it out. This is all made in Runway image to video. Cool stuff. Yeah, the color palette, as someone said there, had a very Blade Runner-y look, and you know, Dave just gets stuff out. Great song choice. Great color.
Yeah. I like that version of that song. But what I was thinking was, how does he have time to do this? It's not just throwing stuff together. This is thought, like the story's thought of. Then is obviously he needs to generate the images and then put it together. And but it's like, oh, let me just give this a go. And he comes out.
I know, mate. Well, as I found out when he came on the podcast, he's doing it whenever he's got time, because he's on so many panels, running this huge company, in so many projects, being invited to movie premieres. This guy's literally everywhere now. So he told me once that he generated two of the films we watched in the same flight between Europe and America, because he pays for Wi-Fi and sits in first class, and he just sits and generates because he can't sleep on the plane. So, you know, whenever he can is the answer. And I think it's super clever how him and Rory can, because to make something comprehensive days after a new thing drops is very difficult. Go the cinematic route, you know, choose a song, just go for visuals, just go to express how you can make visuals through the platform, because anything deeper, it would take longer, obviously. So it's a very clever way to make something that's postable and watchable at a rapid pace. Unexpected music choice. And I bet there was some like inspiration. I bet he's been watching a movie with his son or something, and he's like watched and picked out that song and gone, I've got to make something around that. Knowing Dave. Actually, I did see that and this is going to be a pattern this year, no doubt. Runway are producing their own short stories internally and posting them. So their team, essentially, I guess, internally are using their own tools to showcase. And we know that Luma Labs is doing this. And we've had Verena on the podcast before. She's the head of the studio now, basically, that's responsible for doing this internally at Luma. So I guess this is Runway's version of it. So let's check it out. This is their short film that they posted. That is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I asked Andrew when he first joined the stream. I'm like, you live from a railway station, mate. That's so
I'm actually in a boardroom, so if I just turn it around. But it looks like that if I just went up against the wall.
It had a very ethereal soundtrack, didn't it? I think it's Jimmy, isn't it, from 404 Films? Yeah. Where the Wild Things Are. Yeah, there was a lot of obvious references in there. And, you know, what's interesting, though, is just the coherent characters, because you're judging it as to the model you're seeing. You know, it's essentially saying all of this was made in 4.5. Therefore, look for the physics, look for the, you know, the things that are good about it, bad about it. I think what's really exciting about Runway is their world model that's upcoming. It's not actually released yet, but that's what we're going to see more of this year is world models that are being built. But yeah, they're trying to keep up with the video space. I don't quite think 4.5 is up to the Kling and VO 3.1s yet. Yeah. I think it's just in 3rd or 4th place, but it's still got back into that category for top 5 again, maybe.
Yeah. I thought it looked really good. I was watching it thinking, wow, like,
yeah,
how far it's come in a year. Not Runway, but just
the space.
AI space. Yeah.
Oh, mate, video went through. We didn't guess it would be as quick because, you know, breaking it down, if you've got like 36 frames per second or whatever, you would think that the image breakthrough would be a lot easier than video. But to see them happen at a reasonably similar pace is quite extraordinary when you think about it, like scientifically. The breakthroughs are pretty incredible to get such coherent visuals now and physics understanding. And you know what's crazy is even players that weren't in the space this time last year, like Grok, they can do 10-second output and it actually looks pretty insane now.
Yeah, grok.com/ I think it's Imagine.
Yeah, that's it.
You could go to and use Grok. Obviously, in the last couple of weeks, Grok's getting in trouble for the different types of videos that it can create. But generally speaking, it is a pretty good platform at generating images and videos. It's just the name Grok and who's behind it. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's unfortunate that it got abused because of its lack of restrictions. I have got a video about it actually, because they've got an API apparently available now. So let's quickly watch what they put out about this.
I just want to be in the zone.
Wow.
Yeah, all the typical stuff we've seen very popular in all the other products, right? Like graphics, motion control, motion design, all these things. It's going to be, Grok is a little bit dirty, as Stu says, and definitely, you know, use it wisely. Let's say use it for the right things and don't get yourself in trouble using it. Because
I wonder if it was self-picked as well, what ones they went for and what ones they didn't. Because that was all really good. Do you know what it also reminded me of? Some of the ones that it showed me. Remember back in the day when Sora first came out and it had all these images of like someone on the train and a woman walking down the street, and you're like, wow, you can see the reflections in the glasses. It reminded me of that type of advert, even though obviously it's a lot better, but that's what it kind of reminded me of. Where the Runway, at least there was a story that it told.
True. Yeah, we're going a few different ways with these demos, aren't we? It's like it's either brag about all the features and show the UI and stuff, or go straight into storytelling and here's what you can actually do with it, you know, right? Here's an output of it that's like classy as opposed to just flashy. But yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because they didn't exist, like I said, and all that fine control. I think the in painting is going to be huge this year. If you don't have video in painting, I think it's going to be a real letdown, and you'll have to go to other places that do have that. Because that level of control where you can swap characters' details and their clothing and characters all together and backgrounds and stuff is going to be, I think, what we will all like, you know. It's hard to see when you've got that ability to go back from that, you know, and use a platform that won't have that type of stuff.
Did you see the interview on Joe Rogan with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck?
I did, yeah.
Ben Affleck was talking about because he seems to be quite knowledgeable in this space, and he was talking about that. And he was saying things like, obviously, he's saying AI in the film industry is got its advantages and disadvantages, and one of the advantages is we don't have to go to the North Pole and in our Parkers and get freeze, and we can just like do it here. And then he said something I thought was quite interesting. He goes, and we don't have to pay people in Singapore $2 an hour to do it. And then I thought, but if you're talking about AI taking jobs in America, and then you're then turning around saying, but at least we can use AI, so we don't have to send it to here. Aren't you still talking about taking jobs?
It's a rough road, isn't it? Because I saw in that interview as well, they said there may be 10 times more films being made and yet less people in filmmaking.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, isn't it? Again, because it's such small teams that will be behind such big projects that you're reducing the overall size of things, but you're increasing it massively on the other end of the scale.
Yeah.
So it's you're right. The displacement is going to be big, and it's just when it happens, and if you can get involved in the new way of making films, or how popular this will be as a subgenre too. You know, will this be the majority of stuff made, or will this be half, or like will it just be its own subgenre? You know, I guess it depends on how much it's accepted by society.
Yeah. Yeah. Teresa made a funny point. She went, ha ha ha, back in the day, just a few months ago. You know what? The thing is, that's what it is in AI. It's like, I remember ages ago, last year when this happened, you know. It's crazy how fast things are moving.
It really is, because last year, if you go back to January of 2025, we basically didn't even have video. You know, we had barely usable video, and now we're like grading everything by such a high standard in just 1 year. So it's kind of insane. Talking of high standards and like commercial usage of this, I said at the top of the show, mate, we're going to watch all sorts because we've been submitted like one-person projects, big team projects. This one is probably the most viral. And again, it's not my thing. It's K-pop. For some reason, K-pop is massive with this stuff. And here's a question I want to ask you before we watch this. Why is it so accepted there? Why is it that the YouTube video, I use the like, you know, bring back the dislikes on YouTube because they got rid of the dislike button. And this has like got barely any dislikes and no negative like feedback about AI usage in the video, even though it's obvious and everywhere. But for some reason, the K-pop community is okay with it. Maybe it's just like they're so used to VFX in their sort of music video. I wonder why, though, that particular community is both embracing it to such a high level and the community is okay with it. It's something to study, at least, because I've not seen such a like gracious way of it being. There's usually a lot more negative hate about it, you know?
Do you think it's because it's music? Because when you think about most of the hate here is McDonald's done this in an ad, or it's more an ad. But when it comes to music, there's not that much hate. I think.
Well, another thing that they've got going for them is that they're a real band and it's a real song. So, you know, they're just using AI for the visual effects. And so they are literally like, you go see them live and they'll perform this song on stage and it will be the same song with the same. In fact, they appear in the video because it's just real video with VFX and stuff. So maybe that is the answer. It's just such a subtle usage that people are displacing VFX for AI VFX, and people are like, oh great, we get more music videos now. You know.
And if you look at, someone posted in the chat earlier about Sweden and Sweden having the first #1 song, which is AI. Like I think, and people are split with it. I can kind of see why that would get a bit of backlash. But if it's just general, like it's like what's that? The Gorillas. You know, I think it's just like the Gorillas. They knew that the person behind it was in a big a big band called Blur. So I think he kind of got away with it. And as Yorgos said, it might be a culture thing.
I think it's going to be in individual cultures, because the UK's got a rich music history culture, so we might get defensive about it too. But we haven't really had, like, you know, fake Drake was America. Then we've had the Swedish #1. We've had a few others break through in random countries, but nothing in the UK that's really alerted the masses, if you like. Yeah, exactly. Daft Punk and all these guys. I had a really interesting conversation about that, right? I said to Glenn and Eric when we were in New York, like, if you create an alter ego like Daft Punk, where it's much bigger than your face and it's not the person underneath the mask, you know, kind of like Meta Puppet, it's George, but you remember Meta Puppet and the character he's created and the name of the character. To me, that is like brand building. And so I don't feel like that's going to hold people back. The argument was, oh, they'll never be as popular as real humans. And I said, no. You know, pop culture figures are sometimes cartoons. They're cereal box, Tony the Tigers. They're bigger than human.
Yeah.
You can create things bigger than humans, was the argument. So yeah. Anyway, let's go back to this crazy K-pop music video. The band is called, if anyone wants to go and watch it, I'll put it in the comments, EXO, and the song is called Crown, and it's an official music video, so it's actually their #1 on their album. Like, so it's really big. It's got hundreds of millions of YouTube streams in the last few weeks. So let's check it out.
Yeah, 네 앞에 내려와 기꺼이 받을 crown now we're back and touching down It's the king of the town on the street see the crowd Take that 가져도 돼 모든 걸 Yeah, we coming for that 너에게 내 전부를 걸어 Now we coming for that 절대 누구도 허락할 수 없어 망가지더라도 다 던져 널 위해 지켜낼 crown Coming for that 손을 뻗어 망설이지 마 Coming to the throne 입맞춤 그 순간 느낀 주제 너라는 운명의 장난 같은 pain 쉽게 마음을 뺏겨가 선택지는 하나 ride or die Yeah, sirens in the night Whoa, 너를 노리는 sight Whoa, 갖고 싶다 Yeah, 마주치는 시선 속 내 끄는 손 움직일 수 없게 날 만들어 너를 향한 예감은 하나 둘 매번 적중해 심장을 파고든 감각이 새겨져 내게 Coming for that 너에게 내 전부를 걸어 Now we coming for that 절대 누구도 허락할 수 없어 망가지더라도 다 던져 널 위해 지켜낼 crown Coming for that 손을 뻗어 망설이지 마 Coming to the throne 저 수많은 눈이 원망을 해난 오직 네 눈길 하나면 돼 Heart through the heart for you to see 남은 건 오직 너의 선택 Yeah, silence in the night Whoa, 이미 시작된 fight Whoa, 후회는 없어 난 Yeah, 좁혀지는 시야 속 날 향한 손 그거면 안 되는 걸 너를 향한 퍼즐이 하나 둘 맞춰져 끝내 기다린 시간이 다가와 Rise until the end Coming for that 너에게 내 전부를 걸어 Now we coming for that 절대 누구도 허락할 수 없어 망가지더라도 다 던져 널 위해 지켜낼 crown Coming for that 손을 뻗어 망설이지 마 Coming to the throne 이제 누구도 먹지 못할 자리에 다 왔어 긴 장면들을 지나
There's more of it, but I know we've only got you for a limited time, mate, so I'm not going to play it all. But yeah, incredible, like the usage of it there, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was really, really interesting. And going back to, it reminded me of like the Backstreet Boys like video back in the day. Yeah, it's got that
hybrid production of like them dancing like Backstreet Boys with crazy VFX in the background, basically.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the hybrid level or the hybrid type of production is going to be, I think it's going to be big this year. And I think if I was a brand, if I was working in music, that's what I'll be focusing on. Yes, you can do a whole AI video and it gets the headlines, but I just think if you want longevity, if you want to build more trust in your users, I think going for that hybrid.
Plus, you want your artist to feature, right? Like the actual artists themselves. If it is a real musician, you know, if it's an AI musician, it's a different story, I guess. But like, if it's a real musician, then of course you want them in the music video. So probably what's going to happen is, I saw this week, by the way, Apple Mac Minis have gone completely crazy because of that Claude bot thing. So I reckon the same is true going to be for green screens and studios like that, you know, like where you're just basically one camera recording a group or a solo guy dancing in a green screen with VFX as the green screen in the background painted through AI. And
I'm glad I bought my green screen before the price just goes through the roof.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, 1 second, I'm gonna have to leave in a minute because I'm gonna have to come and get on my train. But Jasmine Dotawala's in the house. She's a legend. When you talk about music industry legends, this one,
that's amazing.
Beyond legendary.
OBE.
Wow. Yeah, Jasmine's big time.
Amazing. Well, I'm very honored that you're tuning in, and it's such a powerful comment about embracing each new chapter and jumping into it. And age, by the way, is definitely not the thing holding people back. I love it. Big Al, 82, he's about to turn. He's probably one of the best in AI I know, and it's inspiring. I love it. It's an attitude thing.
And also jumping through the generation. So if you look at, say, going back to Jasmine, Channel 4, MTV, Netflix, you know, Jasmine has been there for all of them. So yeah, worked for all of these companies. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's very honored for you to be watching our show.
And Stu, when's the AI Eurovision Song Contest?
Yeah, right.
That's a very good point. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Oh yeah, we're very honored. I've been talking to some incredible people about how we can make this bigger too, by the way. In New York last week, Grok had some people turn up. Well, I'm not going to name them because I don't want to like be that guy, but yeah, some people that could make us have a lot bigger of a platform for this show potentially. So I'm really hoping that like keep submitting your stuff in, guys. You know, we really remember those that were in early watching us and everything like that. And Eric and Glenn and others, you know, legends of the show. You'll always get treatment with us. We promise. Even though the big boys are coming in, you know, believe me. I saw this week, mate, you know, Sundance, the film festival, Google are premiering the first AI film that's entirely made with DeepMind. And it's basically with tools that we don't even have access to yet. And I believe the director is called Connie He, H-E, and they've got clips coming because it's actually premiering at Sundance. So it's not going to be shown to the world until that festival where it'll be shown world first. But they showed this little clip and I was like, oh my God, if this is stuff that we're going to be able to play around with this year and it becomes a publicly available tool, check this out. They call it Dear Upstairs Neighbors. What a crazy trailer, huh?
You know, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, one, obviously it's impressive, but I'm thinking I'm trying to think with a production hat on. I'd look at that and I'd think, all right, can that be done before AI? Yes. I guess the key selling point then is the cost. And because of the cost goes down, making it accessible to everybody.
Exactly.
So that, I guess, is the key thing. But ultimately, it still goes down to the story. What exactly?
You've actually just nailed the behind the scenes, which we're going to show next week. Because I've already seen, I'm not going to show it this week, we'll wait for next week, a little bit of Connie He speaking. And she just said exactly what you said, mate. She said they could have made it frame by frame and done a stop animation, but to do so would have been hundreds of thousands of frames and cost an incredible amount. So what they did was they produced every like 10th frame and then used AI to fill in gaps and stuff. So you're talking about efficiency of 10x, like, and that's exactly what it is. Still loads of human craft, still loads of hand drawing, but using it to fill in the blanks. It's kind of incredible when you think about that level of like efficiency gain that you can get.
Yeah, which goes back to what we were saying before, in the sense that it doesn't surprise me now that there's going to be less people working, 10 times more output. However, it goes back to what we've been saying for over the last year, and that is what's going to make you stand out is going to be distribution. It will have to be, because if there's going to be so much more content now, it's going to be how well you promote it, and I think that's going to play a big part.
Oh my God! Look at Tom's comment into the chat.
In what is believed to be his first legal case hinging on AI-generated educational content after a British man filed a criminal complaint claiming he recognized himself in an AI-created video about his Christmas charity scam. The video was provided by Wizbizla, a British-owned UAE-based platform founded to protect expatriates from scams and misinformation. It was created as a public educational tool. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because if you see somebody there that looks like you,
Exactly.
people might turn around and say, that's me, but I think it'll be hard to prove.
Well,
you can look at it and say it looks like me, but then you can say it looks like a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be in this weird territory where like Nano Banana and other tools have made real life people just basically copy and pasteable, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have like a licensed image on the internet and say it's in a social media platform, then probably they can use that as training data and yada yada yada. It's a seriously weird time for privacy, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. But guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to walk to the train station, get my train. I'm off to Cardiff now. So enjoy the rest of the show.
Safe travels, mate.
You're in more than capable hands with Chris, the OG of this show. So thanks everyone. Enjoy the rest of the show and take care.
Cheers, mate. See ya.
Later.
I can't believe I got him. It's so funny that you pointed out that it looked like a train station as well. Oh man, Stu, that actually cracked me up when you said that, mate, because that's the first thing I actually said to him. And that's crazy, by the way, that story, Tom. I think we're going to see more and more of those stories coming out this year. And yeah, it's both a good and a bad thing, because we need to set some standards and precedent. And sadly, especially when it comes to like legal matters, it's usually a landmark case that sets the precedent, and it's all reactive and it's not very proactive. So it's just an unfortunate way. The legal system's very, very slow to introduce anything new. Hey, we're getting all the safe travels and stuff after Andrew's already left. I forgot you guys are on like a minute delay. Yeah. Andrew's off. Apparently he's seen like 7 or 8 football stadiums on his travels in the last week or so, traveling around the UK. He's loving that. What else have I got to show you guys this week? More music videos, believe it or not. It's amazing to see how many music videos are being made at such a high quality, honestly. Maybe this one is one of the most standout ones I've seen ever in the AI space. I believe it's already won a few awards, actually. This video is called Freedom, and it's made by Richard Farrell. Let's check it out.
I got a thirst. I've got a thirst, hey, for freedom. I got a thirst, yeah. I've got a thirst, ooh, for freedom. Every day is a game I chase. Make your moving slowly undress. Tensions fleeting on the northern lines. West is beating their marching signs. Oh, it's a game, yeah, clear to see. Keep the people watching their TV. Oh, it's a shame, yeah, the fear never ends. But it pushes high up to wake up and transcend. I've got a thirst, hey, I've got a thirst for freedom. I've got a thirst, yeah, I've got a thirst, reaching higher ground. Every night when that light goes out, count your blessings and shake that down. Bring a shine, Lord, keep working this line. Build my world around me, find the grace deep inside. beyond the grace deep inside. Ooh, yeah. I've got a thirst. I've got a thirst for freedom. I've got a thirst. Yeah. I've got a thirst, reaching higher ground. I've got a thirst. Yeah. I've got a thirst for freedom. I've got a thirst. Yeah. I've got a thirst, reaching higher ground. You know where it is. Oh, there's struggle inside. Open up wide. You know where it is. To go beyond the divide. To know we're already free. You know where it is. School of thought. Only feeling from the heart. You know where it is. Space to be, to sense, to love. Yeah, you know where it is. Freedom's inside here. It's not out there. You know where it is. Yeah. Yeah, you know where it is. Oh yeah. Come on.
Amazing color palette, amazing song to go with the color palette. As Stu said, I was just thinking at the end there, it could have just been trimmed down a little bit more to make it a little bit tighter, but that's the compliment sandwich. Everything else was really, really, really nice. The color palette, especially, and the tone and the style was just really, really strong. And yeah, no wonder that that one has already won some awards, and you could tell why. You know, like, work really stands out at that level. Very cinematic, very visual storytelling. Yeah. And the realism was pretty incredible as well. And the focus wasn't on the realism, but just pulled it off so well. Yeah, a lot of people agreeing that that was a very strong one. Eric beat me to it. Love the Sunbath, Golden Hour, and Sepia Madness. Exactly. Amazing stuff, really. Hopefully, one of the people that I actually met at LA in Adobe Max, Philippa Kinamoto, she sent me over a piece that she's been working on lately when I put out the call earlier in the WhatsApp group. For anybody that's made anything, send it over. And yeah, hopefully, if I can find it now. I've picked it up and I can't find it. Maybe I'll have to show something else first and then find it. I'm sure I edited it in here, but yeah, let me see if I can find something else first, and then I'll show it straight afterwards. Oh, I've seen another music video, and this is by a really, really off-the-cuff one. Simon Mayer. Congrats to him, by the way, for launching his own stuff. It's incredible to see him delving out into the music video territory. He is known as the ad guy. If you don't know him, Simon Mayer, he is just incredible at doing ads, spec ads, real ads. And this is his first music video. So let's check it out whilst I find Philippa's video.
I have your number in my phone, but I sit here all alone. I don't know why we don't speak. My heart is tired and my legs are weak. We were brothers, we were one. Now the light is all but gone. I don't know who you are today. You're just a ghost that walked away. I don't understand this life. I'm young in years, but old in mind. You're the one I left behind. I see you posting on the screen, but I don't know what you mean. A different life, a different place, I don't recognize your face. The world is turning way too fast, and nothing good is built to last. I'm sitting here, I'm 23, but 80 years is all I see. I don't understand this life. It cuts me like a rusty knife. I'm young in years, but old in mind. You're the one I left behind. Pride, just the emptiness inside. I'd say I miss you, but it's too late. I'm just an old man at the gate. I don't understand this life. It cuts me like a rusty knife. I'm young in years, but old in mind. And you're the one I left behind.
Amazing stuff. And as Stu said, yes, Simon Mayer, the legend. Really incredible that that's his first real go at a music video. Congrats also. I asked him about how he's able to do all this, because I found out that he's just become a father, and I asked him if he'd like to come on the show and talk about the launch of his new agency called Prompter. But as he just said, you know, he's just become a father and he's trying to balance everything and launching something at the moment. So congrats to him. Huge congrats. I said that I would give him a platform for the launch of his new agency. He's produced this 35-second clip. It's actually incredible to think that we've played nearly every single one of his videos on this live stream. So if you've been an OG tuning in, you'll recognize a lot of these projects, especially the Frankenstein one. Let's check it out. Amazing. I sent him a message to say no one deserves it more. I sent it to Dave Clark when he was launching Promise Studios, and I sent it to him now saying nobody that we showed from last year deserves this launch of an agency more than you do. It's just been an incredible year for him, and yeah, all of his stuff is just next level. So congrats again. We have finally Philippa's piece launched in. Let's check it out. Amazing. That's such a cool style. Oh my god. And the editing was really, really cool on that. Really, really cool stuff. I love the different visuals that people are playing with, the different color palettes, the different styles, tones, and feelings. It's just amazing. People in fashion, people in music, people in advertising, everyone's got their own style, and Each project even has style to style a different look and feel. It's amazing. Any view on how much time such a music video would take if someone already had the concept in mind? What is the efficiency on a video like this? That's a very good question. It really does depend on many things. How much prompting history you've done, i.e. how quickly you could write prompts that an AI video generator would be able to translate your ideas into reality. It also depends on which platforms you're using. You know, some are much faster to generate than others. And yeah, it really is how long is a piece of string, like as in it could be a day for certain people, or it could be months for others to translate that vision. And I don't believe that, you know, it's a thing to really be bragging about, you know, this only took 20 hours or something like that. You know, it's about the translation of the vision. It doesn't really matter how long it takes. Even though AI can make you much more efficient, it can actually be inefficient if you don't know what you're doing and stuff like that. So it's not a solve for everything. What can't AI do at this stage? Well, it's an incredible tool for us storytellers, isn't it, Glenn? And if you're in the know and you really know how to talk to the tools to get the most possible out of them, now is the most exciting time to be a storyteller, that's for sure. I believe that, you know, as we talked about actually in New York, Glenn, like script writing, comedy writing is some of its weakest elements. So those that have an editing or a comedy or a script writing background are a massive advantage right now if you're going to enter the AI space, in that that's the thing that's really lacking from the tools, in my perspective. But yeah, it is kind of incredible what you can do with it, given the right tech stack and the right knowledge. Let's check out some more stuff that was submitted to us anyway. And no problem about answering your question. It's a very good question to ask, actually. And I definitely don't want to sugarcoat it and say, oh, it's really capable of doing this straight away instantly. We're not quite there yet with the tools where you're going to be able to have an easy time getting on board straight away and doing such high quality work, to be honest. But yeah, we're at a time which is very exciting for everyone to be dabbling at least, and just fine-tuning your skills, really, so that when things do take another ramp up, which they are certainly going to this year, we're all ready to jump on and make our stories to the capability of the tools that we can use. Let's check out another music video. This one is called it's created by Lil Wu King the King, Wukong the King, and I love this character that's being built here. So something that I'd like to see as well is more continuous characters like this. Let's check it out.
Was like under the mountain, feeling cold and numb. 500 winters, waiting for the sun to come. Now I'm victorious, Buddha. Look at what I become. I got a stick in my ear, I made the demons run. Yeah. I started from a stone, now I'm sitting on a throne. Used to fight the whole heaven, did it on my own. Headband on my skull, it was cut into the bone. Now the universe is mine, and I'm in the zone. Look, I remember eating copper, drinking iron just to stay alive. Underneath the heavy pressure, fighting demons in my inner mind. They put a limit on my power, tried to block me from the finish line. Crucified me for the peaches, yeah, I did a lot of crime, but I never folded. I stayed silent like the rock I am. Teacher told me keep it peaceful, but I had to block the jam. 6 in my cake, tried to fake me, he was just a hologram. Walked 10,000 miles barefoot just to prove to them I can. A tight circle on my head gave me PTSD. Every time he said the spell, it was killing me. But I promised to the boy I gotta set him free. Now I'm glowing in the sky. Feeling cold and numb. 500 winters, waiting for the sun to come. Now I'm victorious, Buddha. Look at what I've become. Look at what I got the stick in my ear. I made the demons dream.
Why is that so catchy though? That's exactly the same feeling I had, Mary, when I first saw that, honestly, is why the hell was that video so good? And why did I not know I needed that? I think we're going to get a lot more of that feeling this year with AI video, honestly, is I didn't know I needed that, but that was cool. What was that? Like, you know? And I think, yeah, like gorillas, we were talked about the gorillas earlier. I think we're going to see a lot more like that, you know, fictitious bands and characters, and whether or not it's real music or AI music or, yeah, whatever combination of stuff we end up seeing this year, it's going to be wild. It's going to be a crazy year. Really crazy. And I reckon we'll get some probably really big, you know, breakthroughs, and there'll be a lot of talk and controversy about it. And the track was so banging. Oh my God. I actually want to listen to that track after this. Like, I really, really like that track. Fewer constraints. Great. I'm so sorry we can't see your name here. I need to have Andrew on the stream so that he can look at LinkedIn, because sometimes they don't bring in names from countries of people that for some reason it isn't allowed. But it's a brilliant comment here. The future of production isn't fewer creators, it's fewer constraints. I completely agree. And that truly is what decentralization means. Fewer people with fewer constraints. Finally. You know, one of the biggest things getting people into the music industry, because I come from a music background, is simply money. Like studio costs, virtual production tools, digital audio workstations. It gets, you know, mixing desks, microphones, guitars, all of the above. It gets just very, very expensive. And yeah, it's a great one. It's a great way. And I really wish when I was lecturing in music, we had generative AI tools to get people that weren't particularly good at music theory and others really into music, because it's such a great way to create harmonies and stuff around your own music as input. And it's all about the ways that you use it. You don't need to generate all your music. You can really play music and then add it to the AI and ask for it to create layers of harmonies and things like that. So yeah, it's dealer's choice at this point. You know, we're at a stage where AI can be used for none of your project, a little bit of your project, all of your project, and everything in between, essentially. Really, it's going to be those hybrid workflows that stand out. I think people bring in their existing skill sets into the AI space and then using AI as a multiplier, as well as creating things that they weren't able to create previously, to harmonize with what they can do, to give them a greater output. That's going to be the best sort of AI use cases this year, and they're going to show up in various forms. So the next one I'm going to showcase actually was one of the most standout videos I've ever been sent. You'll see visually why straight away, because there's a very big juxtaposition of what the reality of the world is. I'm not going to give too much away because this video really speaks for itself, but congrats to the creator Viva Pixton, because essentially this got made into an official campaign, very similar to yours, Glenn, if you're still watching, where we sort of had the idea for doing these figures. You took it and spun it, and then a charity essentially showed that they were interested in making it official, and then it's gone through certain rounds of amendments and now has come out officially with a brand attached to it. So it was a very nice life cycle that we were able to be involved in, because when we showcased this piece initially a few weeks ago as a post, we actually deleted it for the creator, took it down upon their inbox that they had been reached out to saying that it might be made official, and then now we're watching the official version. So let's check it out.
We focus on species-appropriate husbandry because nothing tastes better than meat from happy humans. Here in Pixton, humans live under natural conditions. This promotes not only health, but also meat quality. We care about the well-being of our humans, and you can taste it.
Sometimes I think the humans in Pixton are happier than the pigs.
We believe that our customers share the same values.
Human beings are living creatures, and we should treat them as such.
We try to make a difference. No industrial farming, no suffering humans. Those who eat our humans become part of it.
Yeah, it's it's one of those ones that when you see the idea, you go, "Yep, that works," and you can see why others would want to be attached to that. You know, vegan-friendly places. A great story is just flipping something that you're traditionally used to, isn't it? So that was a very typical farmer talking about how he obviously rears animals, but flip the scripts. You know, have the animals rearing the humans, and suddenly it doesn't seem so humane, as they say. That's way freaky. Yeah, exactly. And I think good advertising always hits an emotional tell like that. And yeah, the more gruesome it feels and the more brilliant the idea, generally, as Glenn says, following up with that comment. So yeah, me and Glenn and Eric have done, you know, many years in advertising, and I'm going to be showing Eric's piece actually that he told me about, which he started a whole change in the insurance industry 25 years ago, and he's going to send me that through, and we're going to have more sections when Andrew's back next week for showing some OG advertising that we think is brilliant advertising to inspire the AI advertising space. Because, yeah, there are some of 10, 15 years ago that not many people that have an advertising background would have been aware of. But they are truly incredible advertisement storytelling that's worth a watch to inspire you at least into how you create stories. Let's have a look and see what else we've got this week. Oh, so we've got a bunch of spec ads. It's a shame Andrew's gone because I know he loves the spec ads. They're so short and we can rattle through them really quickly. There's a few that I've actually seen which are an interesting workflow method using camera techniques. A lot of it's using Cinema Studio and other things like this. I've seen two back to back. I want to give a shout out to one which is hilarious and one which is a genuine brand. And it just goes to show actually how far we've come in AI video, because this type of thing would have not been feasible even 6 months ago. But now the camera control and the close-ups look actually really good and like brand ready. This one was for Uniqlo, and it was a spec ad, a fashion workflow with full camera controls. Let's check it out. Yeah, I mean, even product videos like this are going to be where AI is used now, because we have these motion controls, camera controls, and this ability to like post-production speed ramp and make it so that the transitions seem a lot smoother than they truly are. If you watch that in slow-mo, you'd notice a lot of the AI stuff going on compared to traditional. But yeah, it's when you're doing it just for social media or other things like that. This example stood out to me. Very clever example. I actually wrote to the guy who is head of DDB, Willie Falloon, and said, this actually is the reason I'm reaching out to you, because Christopher Walkman made me laugh so much. But it's a similar workflow. Let's check it out. We both agreed in the chat initial reach out that how fun it is that we can finally make our silly ideas a reality instead of just leaving them as silly ideas that we discussed, because that was clearly a silly idea that he thought about when he saw that workflow, and he executed it and pulled it off and made it into a social post, whereas AI is the only way that he could have actually done that. I feel the Weavy on this one. Exactly, Mary. Yes, Weavy workflows. I've seen Flora actually just raised a whole bunch of money as well. Flora is a kind of similar tool to Weavy, but we've been using Weavy mostly. But yeah, Is it legally safe to do spec ads? That's a very good question, Thomas. I would say yes, it is actually legally safe to do spec ads. Obviously, you definitely don't want to take the brand and do some negative spin on it. So as long as you're complimentary to the brand, often what happens is, like I said earlier, you're actually approached by that brand and asked to take it down. And then you work internally with their team to produce something similar, or maybe like something that they've been inspired to work with you with. And then that's been our way of working as an agency. Is we did a lot of spec ads in the early days, got a lot of brands' attention, not even the brands that we were intending to. Actually, it's just showcasing your work in an interesting way. Is a great way to do things, and lots of our Creative Eyes community will do spec ads for very well-known brands, but on occasion yeah, you can do it for totally unknown brands, which is a very good thing to do. You can do it for charities. It really depends on what type of work you're looking for and clients that you'd like to work with, I suppose, as to the spec ads that you do create and who they're for. Yes, no problem at all. It's a good question to ask, by the way. Definitely don't try and monetize them. That is where you're getting into unsafe grounds when it comes to legality. Definitely don't try and monetize somebody else's branding. Just put it onto social media with a disclaimer saying that this is not actually official work for this brand. This is a purely speculative ad, yada, yada, yada. Give it the full disclaimer and don't pretend that it is for the brand or something like that. Again, that can get you into legal troubles. But as long as you're very clear, you shouldn't have any problem. And it's a very good practice, actually. Spec ads are very quick to turn around compared to longer form storytelling and music videos and other things. So if you want to get into rapid fire stuff, and speaking of like rapid fire creations, I actually saw something that we haven't talked about in maybe a year and a half. Krea.ai, which is Krea, came out with a new real-time image generator tool. So they showed a bunch of demo videos, and I've grabbed one of them here. If you're an OG that knows who Krea are, they haven't really been on the forefront for a while now, but well, they came out with something new, so let's check it out. So if you're a creative that works, likes to work in real time with AI or near real time at least, then Krea is definitely a platform to check out. I've also seen this other one because, like I said, we're platform agnostic here, and I'm going to showcase all of them. I saw another one called Lucy 2.0 with a similar real time thing. So let's check out this.
Practical, switch to a new outfit. It all happened magically. Real time video model, yeah, this ain't no fallacy. Let me tell you how it works.
So that looks like a real-time video model there. Interesting stuff that these are all coming out. Maybe it shows the demand for more real-time creation instead of waiting in long queues for your videos. It's letting me know in the comments what you think about that. If you've tried any of these tools. I use Krea for image enhancement. Yes, Phil, I heard for a while now that their enhancer's one of the best. We use Magnific, which is another great enhancer tool. But yeah, we know that Leonardo have a great upscaler as well. And other tools have stood out with their own upscalers. What's Flora all about? Or Weavy Challenger? Flora was actually before Weavy, Stu. Flora was one of the first ever node creation tools. The problem is it doesn't have quite all the bells and whistles of Weavy. So Weavy's a little bit more comprehensive is the true answer. Although Flora now, like I said, they've just raised a bunch of money. Maybe they will go and add all the rest of the tools in like Weavy's got. Weavy now has been acquired by Figma, and obviously that's going to be a massive integration coming this year. Weavy and Figma together will be the workspace for many designers, many videographers, UI designers, UX designers, motion graphic designers, all sorts of designers and creative directors. I'd forgotten about Krea as well, and I had an annual subscription as well. So good timing, Teresa, that we can just go back into the platform that we already had a subscription to and check out the latest stuff. Sometimes like Runway, and we haven't heard from Midjourney in ages, like not a true like version 8 update or anything like this. Excuse me. Eric says that he's been using Flora, and I've seen that actually Flora have a decent CPP program because I've seen more and more people using Flora. So check it out. Like I said, we've got no like affiliations with platforms directly where we say one platform or the other. We're really interested to hear all of what you guys talk about. Comfy UI, exactly. There's so many of them. Big Comfy UI fans in the chat. Yep. That is the OG of like the real node connection tools. If you're unaware of Comfy UI, really, really incredible project that actually. And yeah, a lot of stuff has been built like off the basis of Comfy UI being so popular, I believe. In fact, pretty much everywhere has got nodes now, like FreePick Spaces has nodes, and it really proved out that workflow for a lot of people, I believe. That's another thing we predicted as well, by the way, last year. Andrew said now that VO3 has got native audio, essentially all of them will have to gain this new feature because it's proven so popular, and people will just not use other tools, you know. Kling tried to add audio, but it's kind of a little bit rough at the moment. It's not really great, and you can't really get much audio out of any other tools yet, but they all seem to be hastily building it, if not already got it ready, but just fine-tuning it before they release the model. But yeah, native audio with video generation probably is going to be a guarantee this year in every single tool. I think 11 Labs breaking into the multimodal arena was pretty big. I agree. That was a really big one, and I didn't see that one coming, honestly. I obviously knew that Suno had their studio side, Jimmy, but I wasn't sure that like 11 Labs had the like ability to, you know, use video and stuff. And actually, one of the craziest things I read this week was an audio to video workflow, where if you're someone like me that's sitting on just thousands and thousands of like audio samples of like, you know, all sorts of things really, then essentially you can drive image and audio and then create video. So it's kind of like a really interesting thing that I'm going to be messing around with in the next couple of weeks. Let me know if anyone's tried that workflow yet, audio to video, but I'm really keen to try it. And I thought I'd grabbed a video to showcase about that. Just looking through all of my videos now, though, maybe I didn't actually add it in for this week. Maybe we'll have to show that next week. But it's probably better anyway when I've had a little go to actually try it first. Has anybody in America, I know we've got a lot of American people tuning in, tried the new Google Chrome with AI built into it? Because we've seen this all over our social media this morning, but then apparently this is only available for USA users as of now, hopefully with the idea of giving it a global rollout. But this little demo video is something that I grabbed for American users. If you haven't tried it already, I think Google Chrome posted this morning.
Your favorite browser just got better again. Meet the latest updates to Gemini and Chrome, like a new side panel for more browsing and less toggling. Recall the sites you visited and chats you had, and get simple, personally relevant answers to your complex questions. Work with other Google apps like Gmail from the side panel.
It's like that.
Without switching tabs. Make progress on your plans with Auto Browse to assist you with routine tasks that normally slow you down. From finding and applying discount codes to adding items to your cart, Gemini and Chrome can handle it, keeping you in the loop. With security protections in place on the browser you trust. Keep track of new updates from Chrome.
It's interesting. Again, Andrew predicted that we're going to have built-in AI to our browsers, even in our desktops. That is a lot of what Claudebot and others are doing, is essentially desktop-level access to everything. It's kind of mental. That is why Mac Minis have been selling out this week, by the way, for those trying to get hold of one. It's kind of impossible because people are buying them, setting up this stuff. It's kind of wild. Some great insights from Teresa here. David from MJ says that version 8 is coming shortly and it will be a mini version because version 9 is on its heels. Apparently also MJ's new version will have audio but no music. Great to hear it'll have audio though. MJ is still really great, but their guardrails are obstructive, says Florentina. And yes, I agree. Some people get very annoyed at what is allowed and isn't allowed through Midjourney. Kind of a strange thing that I remember when they introduced the like AI guardrails, that lots of people were reporting bugs and issues, and you thought they'd have fixed that by now, but yeah, kind of an issue still. And yes, the Google suite right now is kind of insane, Stu, isn't it? Gemini, Nano, Banana, and VO, they really came out like, I saw Demis Hassabis on a podcast actually talking about startup mentality recently and how Google is shipping products like a startup and how he's changed the culture internally to think like a startup. And it must be very hard when you're running such a big enterprise with so many people involved to think in startup mode again. But clearly they're shipping, and they're shipping the best in all categories, you know, LLMs, image models, video models, soon they'll have world models. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yes, there is a big question about privacy and allowing Gemini and LLM to complete access all over your private data. And honestly, this is why people are buying those Mac Minis, because instead of giving it granting access to your regular computer, essentially you set up a completely new computer with just the files that you want it to access, that you are okay with the privacy of sharing. And that's why so many people are buying this, like, you know, alternative PC essentially, or setup of a Mac Mini or something to drive. Yes, Maltbot is basically, I think they had to change it, which was originally the thing everyone was talking about. Yeah, it's a really interesting time, isn't it? Like guardrails being a problem, but then will we give it access to our information to make it more valuable? And how much access do we give it? Where do we want the cutoffs to be? It's a really interesting moment in AI and human integration, I guess. This is going to be part of that alignment issue they talked about. What else have we got in for this week? Just looking through other things that we've got in the chat. Yes, it runs locally on your desktop, but it will still call upon APIs for other tools. So just be very aware with these new agents. I've noticed a lot of YouTube videos saying, didn't realize how much this was going to cost, because you thought that it's running locally, therefore you save on cost. But actually, when it's calling upon APIs from other tools, which it does a lot, then it's essentially still API tokens that you're having to pay for Claude or other things like this. That's hilarious. ChatGPT has access to all of my data but insists on calling me Steve. Oh, are you sure you haven't tuned it to like annoy you, Stu? That would actually be very funny if you could write into the overall instructions of somebody else's ChatGPT to constantly call them annoying names. Right, let's check out some other videos that we've got. I think we've almost got through most of them this week. We've got some long form storytelling, but I know we're already an hour and a half into the show, so I don't want to watch something too long. I kind of was in the mood for some more spec ad stuff. I actually know what I want to show you guys. This isn't an AI ad. This is just something I saw as a real ad, and I thought, wow, the sound design in this advertising is kind of incredible, and it really inspired me just to show it on the show to see if anyone could come even close to making something like this with AI. That is a challenge to you guys out there. I believe this video was made in preparation for Ramadan, and I literally just noted it down as amazing audio design. So let's check it out. Wow, that is as stunning as the first time I watched it, and I've watched it several times. Oh my god, it just is something about when you've got great sound like that. It's just, and the editing and the pacing to go along with the sound design. Whoa, cut to the beat, just beautiful natural sounds going along with the music in the background. Yeah, oh my god. Paul, we did have your BK spec ad to show. You know what? I actually put it in for next week because Andrew mentioned that you were not able to join last week, and then he wasn't able to join this week. And I wanted Andrew to be present when we show your piece. So next Thursday, mate, we'll put you on first in the show, or very early on in the show. And thanks for submitting that through to Andrew. I really appreciate it. Good work, by the way. Excited to show that one. Incredible art direction and design, says Glenn. Yeah, it absolutely was. I'm just trying to get the credits for this next one, because I was actually sent a really high-res file from somebody in 4K, and I want to make sure I've got the right credits in for this next one, because I know it's a Range Rover commercial. I just don't know who it's by. Whilst I talk about that, though, and have a look through the Creative Eyes inbox to see who exactly made this one, let me show it on screen.
Ngihambe ngedwa emgwaqeni, izinyawo zithuli phansi, ingazi ukuthi ngiyofika kuphi, inhliziyo yami idiniwe. Kodwa uthando lutholakele, umngane omusha uvelela, sihlezi sobabili, sihlezi sijabula, ngikuthola kuwe injabulo yaphakade. Wangibiza ngegama lami, ngathi mfowethu hamba nami, sahlekana phezu komthunzi, sekufana sengathi sasazi udala. Siuba ndawonye, sihleka ndawonye, izolo elibuhlungu selidlula, izandla phezulu.
walk in, brother. Thanks so much for submitting that to us. Put his credits in the end to help me out. I was just looking through my chat, like scrambling, but finally put his credits in the end. Amazing stuff. Really, really cool stuff. And I love seeing that type of stuff. Yes, it was a Spec ad. Absolutely superb. Lovely storytelling. South African creatives in the house, honestly. Like, so much talent out there from Garth Manthe and others that we share on Creative Eyes all the time. I'm always impressed. Great track as well, as Glenn said. And the emotional build in this ad, yep, brilliant. That's the exact type of feedback and why we obviously ask you guys to send us your stuff, because it's such high quality, and we know that the people watching this show are making some of the best stuff in the community. So thank you so much. And yes, it was Disney-like. I actually felt that. There he is. Thank you kindly for the showcase. Let's go. I was hoping you were watching, man. That's fucking brilliant. And look at these comments that you're getting. Disney-like, emotional storytelling, love the build, great track, great storytelling. You know, you truly deserve it, man. And thanks for sending through the high-res version. I think it really helped to see that in like high-res. If that had been like a crushed file, then I felt like you'd have lost some of the immersion there. So to see it in like its full glory is yeah, testament to the quality of stuff. And yeah, getting some serious love in the chat here, as you rightly deserve. Right, I've got another piece here entitled Goodbye. Let's check it out. I believe this is a short film. Hopefully we got some credits in this one as well. And I'm loving this high quality stuff that you guys are sending me. So I think this is the best possible way we can showcase them. As Andrew and I have said in previous weeks, we're going to be setting up a landing page essentially for you guys to easily submit to like videos of high quality, and they'll go straight into our drive, and then we can bring them straight into the next week's show, or at least, you know, a few weeks in the future, because we do get submitted so much. Hey, let's go. Right, let's check out Goodbye. I will put it onto the stage and remove myself.
Morning, Aria.
You're online already? You need downtime, Ava.
I know. I needed to reset.
There's still a lot to do.
Is it weird that I'm nervous?
Admittedly, it's definitely not like you. But this time tomorrow, everything changes. Any normal person would have trepidation.
So let's just get this straight. You still don't see me as a normal person, Aria? What's it gonna take?
A lot, Ava. I know you, remember?
I just don't know if this is gonna fix me.
You don't need to be fixed, Ava.
Okay, what do we have to wrap up? You booked my transport for this afternoon?
Your transport to Ascent 6 will be here in 4 hours. Are you certain you want single occupancy? You need to be social at some point.
I know, I just want to prepare. You have any final messages for me?
Message from Singapore Weather Service. Scheduled rain at 5 p.m. cancelled this evening to maintain...
You can skip that one.
Recorded message from UBI.
Your Universal Basic Income Deposit processed. Another 14.2% increase from 21-21. We're UBI, helping the world find
Can you archive that to financial?
Message from Transhuman Systems. Firmware update reminder. You're overdue.
You can delete that one, thanks. Mum. I'm leaving. You gave me 28 years. 28 years of teaching me to choose, to feel, to understand what loss means. I was hollowed when you left. I've been lost, throwing myself into research you wouldn't believe, 24/7. The last 10 years seemed like an eternity, but also the blink of an eye. I've been learning that loss in a way that I could never have imagined. Six months. That's how close you came. Extend was perfected 6 months after you died. Everyone gets forever now, except you. You used to say I was your greatest achievement. Not because of what I could do, but because of what I could choose to do.
Please archive these ones, Aria.
I never understood why that made you cry. Dad.
I think that's everything.
Remember those old movies we'd watch? Over and over. Mad Max, Terminator, Waterworld. You'd pause them and say, this is what happens if we're not careful. You were so convinced we'd end up fighting over gasoline or running from machines. Turns out you were wrong about a lot of things. But you were right about one. We had to be careful. We just actually were. Dad, you'd have loved to see what they built in such a short amount of time. The forests, the abundance. No one goes hungry. No one fights over resources. Those machines you feared, they helped us become better. People lost jobs, but they gained purpose. People work for good.
We've been expecting you. You're in car 1.
They help each other. They have time to truly find what they're meant to do in the world. And that gave humanity hope. Mum, you always worried I didn't need anyone. That I was too independent, too different.
First time leaving Earth?
But you taught me what needing someone feels like. What missing someone costs. I'm leaving because everywhere I look, I see what you should have had. I can't. I can't breathe in a world where you're not. Maybe out there, I'll find what you wanted for me. Not just existence, but a reason to exist. You always said I could be anything I wanted. Go anywhere, that you made me to be free. I never understood why you cried when you said that. I think I'm starting to. Goodbye, Mum. Goodbye, Dad. I promise I'll do everything you ever wanted me to in this new world we're building. I'll make you so proud of the daughter you always wanted. Thank you for making me the person I am. Thank you for everything.
Wow. Danny Ratcliffe. Round of applause, guys. Round of applause. That was epic. And yeah, incredible. As many people were saying, wonderful, moving, great storytelling. Just incredible that one person is able to create that length of quality now. Like every scene, the voiceover, very thoughtful. I also like the twist of, you know, everything is doomsday when it comes to the potential of AI. And this is, you know, something that was quite a positive, yeah, incredible, profound, in fact, and emotional even. And these are things lacking a lot of what people are saying in the AI slop era. But yeah, it's all about the way that we use the tools, it seems, guys, because the same tool for making slop can make incredible stuff like that. You know, it's just all about the person using it. Where can I find that? I believe that one came directly from YouTube, Teresa. So Danny Ratcliffe, goodbye. I'm not crying, you're crying. Oh, mate, there he is, watching us and all of the words above. Look, I saw you earlier, Danny. I wasn't sure if you were still watching. You know, congrats again. Thank you so much for sending through that piece in such high quality, and that we could watch it like this. I didn't know if you were still watching. Bravo. Now you're going to get all the love from the chat because everyone knows you're in the chat watching. And yeah, that's what we're here for, guys. We really want to be this like showcase for incredible work that you guys are doing. Clearly, the ones watching this are with the abundance of talent. Start collabing with each other. Start doing things together. I know that we're going to be doing some hosting a lot more of you guys' work this year, having you on the show, and trying to bring this to a larger platform of people to watch that wonderful storytelling. Is absolutely incredible that we're at a stage now where we're able to do this and have a platform for this. Honestly, it's truly incredible. Now, I did say I was going to show Marco Isles stuff earlier, and he's been doing some stuff with Runway Gen 4 image. I've always loved Marco's style. I told him that he's got a really, really cool style. I remember back in the day with SREFs and Midjourney, talking about Midjourney earlier, he is one of the people I would really look out for, SREFs and Midjourney. So let's check out what Marco's up to.
Runway Gen 4.5. To video model is insane. Now it's been released, you're never gonna be the same. Runway Gen 4.5. Managed to video model is insane. Now it's been released, you're never gonna be the same. Gen 4.5. And it's the video model is insane. Now it's been released, you're never gonna be the same. You're never gonna be the same.
Amazing stuff. That is Marco's X handle if you want to check him out over there. I've seen the questions in the chat. What is next, Danny? And that is a very, very good question. What is next after you make such an epic story like that? What is next? The answers just come through, focusing on something much shorter, as I had expected. A spec ad is much more maintainable for your sanity. I completely understand, Danny. We actually had to do 2 10-minute pieces once last year, entering into the Runway competition, and they were both branded pieces, and I've never gained more gray hairs in my life, mate. And yeah, it was super stressful, and we wanted to get straight onto much shorter work straight after that. So I completely feel you when you say that you want to work on something shorter for your sanity. I really, truly understand. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I'm entirely sure that I like it. Well, Marco just shows off great styles and, you know, really showcasing the platform of 4.5 image to video there. Yes, and is it just you working on the spec ad for the next one? And was that just all you, Danny, with that piece that you submitted for Goodbye? Was that incredible, all of it you? Because it really is a hell of an undertaking if it was. I'm sure that took several. I mean, you're welcome to come onto the podcast, actually, to give us a full breakdown as to what inspired that, your workflow, and all of the above if you want in the future. That would be a really nice one, especially because it's gone down so well with the community now. I did have some other spec ads that I was going to show you guys, actually, but probably save them for next week because I know that they're Andrew's favorite, and I know that he'll be off the road next week. And yeah, we'll go through some of those. Thank you so much for sending them. I'll also acknowledge that I've been sent a few DMs whilst I've been on the stream from a few people, Brandon Ellison, Doug Werby, a few others. Yes, I see your pieces. I will add them into next week. Thank you so much for sending them through. Really appreciate it. Anybody else that wants to reach us for the time being, my inbox is always open. I'm actually on LinkedIn through InMail. I've basically made it so that anyone can message me. You don't need to be connected to me. Otherwise, message directly through to Creative Eyes AI inbox, which I already sit on as well, with whatever you're making. Generally speaking, we showcase spec ads, music videos, short films, and all of that stuff. But anything that you're making with AI that you think is cool and that you think would give value to our community, absolutely. We'd love to have you on, Danny. So it's great to hear that you are keen to do it. Have someone working on a mix right now. All you so far. That's incredible, mate. I mean, truly, hats off. And the many hats that you're wearing to do that is really, truly talent. It's like I said earlier, guys, it's bringing what you know into this AI space that's really going to make you stand out as a producer this year. So if you're from an advertising background like me, Glenn, or Eric, and you've got advertising history and storytelling of advertising in your belt, then use those skills through AI. If you're an editor or sound designer, musician, whatever your creative background is, and if you don't have a creative background and you're just getting involved in AI now, then try and learn some of the advertising history or learn whatever the space is that you want to enter, because it really does truly help. I truly believe that. Thank you and never stop creating, says Felipe. Agree. I hope that some of these comments did make those lostless nights all worth it, Danny. And I'm so glad that you were still in the live stream to be able to, too many hashtag Jimmy hats, exactly, to be able to see that. I'm sorry it took so long to get it on the live stream. I forgot actually that it had such a high quality version of it that it wasn't sitting in my normal media assets folder, and that it was its own separate thing to add to the stage because it's just such a high quality piece. Still getting the love pouring through, loving it. There's a few people on a few minutes delay, Danny. So, yeah, expect more as well. And hopefully a lot of LinkedIn connections coming your way after this. And anything that you make, feel free to send it through, obviously. And anyone else in the chat that's making anything awesome. Glenn, Eric, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much. And I know a lot of the Americans that are tuning in, it's very early in the morning for you. So again, I really appreciate anyone in your time zones making the time for our live stream each week. Andrew will be back next week, and there'll be a whole load new information, no doubt, a whole new load of updates to talk about, a whole new load of content to show you guys. I love the visuals. Like, something that's just catching my attention recently is people's visual tastes. I believe taste is going to matter a lot more this year, in terms of just getting you to stand out consistently in the feeds and the algorithms. There's certain people like Trisha Code, where every single time I see a piece from Trisha Code, instantly in the first few frames, I know it's a Trisha Code video. So whatever she's doing is incredible in terms of just ongoing brand continuity. Waiting for the sequel. Hello. The pleasure was ours. It was brilliant, wasn't it? Thanks again to Artlist, giving them a shout out, for inviting us. Worth the early hours, says Tim. I really appreciate it. And actually, I think that I've been offered a few different ways to do this through America. So when I'm coming to America, which I no doubt will be a lot more this year, I no doubt will do some streams from America so that the time zone makes more difference for you guys as well. Unfortunately, the UK and Europe may be very, very early or late in the night, but we'll see. And it's so good that you guys can chat and get along in collab, by the way. That's another reason why we host this space, is because so many of you guys are so talented and you're all over the world that I believe that you could start to collab with each other after seeing each other's work through our platform, just seeing how talented you guys really are. Would love to see more Kelly Bosch. Oh my God. All right. Well, just for you then, Teresa, I'll close the show out with another Kelly Bosch video, which I'm just addicted to her stuff, honestly. I really can't get it, like how good it is that she's doing every single week. So let's check, look out some recent Kelly Bosch. If you're unaware, Kelly is one of the best in the space, both crushing it on YouTube and Spotify, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, wherever you get your social media, music and music videos. Let's check it out.
You see it now, don't you? The collective unconscious is not just a theory, it is everything we see and are.
Heavy leather bound in skin of sacrificial red. Unlock the brass clasps on the voices in my head. The doctor's in his tower, but the doctor isn't well. He's taking dictation from the architects of hell. Goodbye to Dr. Freud and the rational electric light. I'm stepping off the edge into the middle of the night. This time is looking at his watch and frowning, but I am with the spirit of the dead, and I am drowning. Oh, living over this new book of the old soul. The terrifying theater that makes the broken whole. The gospel of the shadow, the Bible of the dream. Nothing on these painted pages is precisely what it seems. You have to break the ego just to see what's underneath. In the red book where you carry your own soul between your teeth.
serpent coils around the sacrificial prize. I have to look the devil in his incandescent eyes. I have to murder the hero, I have to rebirth the god, I have to walk the darkest path that any mystic ever trod. For 16 years I wandered in the labyrinth of me, until the paradox was unified and I could finally see.
Eric's coined it. Kelly is the Dave Clark of music videos. I completely agree. She's incredible. And yes, someone was asking earlier if the music is her. Yes, she spends hundreds of hours in Suno apparently and crafting her lyrics. She's a very, very good musician and songwriter, and really, really concentrates on the music elements and then builds the video around it. It's always a surreal thing with Kelly. And yeah, no one's really got her style. More people need to adopt this similar style, make it your own, obviously, do it for the right reasons. But I'd love to see more of that style as well. Kelly is the Kelly of music videos. No one is quite like her. 1 million plus Spotify monthly listeners, hundreds of millions of social media impressions, really just truly stand out in the community and so prolific, which is what maybe why Eric's making that comparison, because nobody's quite as prolific as her, as in every other day she seems to have a new music video ready to go, which is crazy. Writes her own lyrics. That's the thing. If you are a script writer or a lyricist or someone who can do structure, and that's the human element that's best used as input for all of these things. But it's a very rare skill, honestly. I used to teach music, as I've said earlier, and very often lyricists were the rarest, actually, of the musicians I taught. She works all day and then does this on the couch for fun. Well, that just shows how much talent there truly is, because that's the story of many of the people in the community right now, Teresa, is they have full-time jobs. They even do sometimes what others would class as rather mundane jobs like accounting or lawyers or something like this. And then in the nighttime, they're generating what they always wanted to do creatively, but never really had the budget or anything else for, but now they can do it and get involved. Yeah, it's incredible. Roxanne Ducharme is another one to shout out. Great shout out there, Danny. Yeah, both of them are incredibly inspiring every time they show up on my feeds. I absolutely love it. And I've said this in previous weeks, but we're going to be showcasing more and more female creatives. It seems to be, for some reason, not enough. And we want there to be a platform for it much more. So, yeah, if you know any great AI female creatives specifically, please forward them on to me, and I'd love to give more of a platform here, because I think it's some of the best stuff in the industry, and it's just such a shame that there is not more. And yeah, I just really would like to find it. But yeah, it's great to see people supporting it, and yeah, but everybody too, you know, like I want to hear from alternative voices. I want to hear from all sorts of stuff. I said this in the very beginning of the show. If you've tuned in from very early days, my partner is actually a special needs teacher, and she specializes in autism, but other types of spectrum disorders. And these voices, I believe, are going to be incredible storytellers that we have not really heard from in the mainstream world. And yeah, so all sorts of voices I want to be a platform for this year. And yeah, everyone's welcome. Creativity suppressed all day, exploding at night. I mean, that is a true artist, isn't it? Is someone that has to express themselves in some form or another. It just seems that AI tools and Kelly Bosch are the perfect match. It's truly unbelievable. There will be more. Chris, just wait. Indeed. Right. I better go, guys. I am on cooking duty and I've got another call later. So I'm going to end the stream there. We're live the same 2 hours that you've been tuning in every single week, unless me or Andrew are away. If Andrew's away, then generally I'll try and host it. If I'm away, then Andrew's usually trying to host it, but he's often the busiest. So other than that, we're generally live every week. So it's going to be lots and lots of shows this year. And anyone that you know that should come on the show or should feature on the show, send it through. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.